a nudies night. When I say save, like they were potentially drowning. With the trialist on your thing, you might as well have something on your forehead there. Yes. The light bulb hit me when George Foster bollocked me that, okay, something serious could happen here with football. Missed training sometimes. I wanted to play Manhunt. I'm a Messi fan, so I'm not.
Oh, wow.
Shaky, who just passed away. He was a big influence on me getting what I deserved to get. And Chris Kamar was like, who's your mum? And I was like, hey, I don't know you that well.
Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me.
Welcome, Josh Gordon.
Nice to meet you, Pez.
How are you?
I'm all right, yeah, I'm all right.
Thanks for jumping on. So obviously you train down the road at Walsall, back at Walsall, a club close to my heart. And yeah, you've came over to my house and you jumped on the podcast. So
Yeah, I didn't realise how close you were.
it's literally over the corner.
Yeah.
When I was at Walsall as a kid, it was at the football club. So I'm gutted. I'm not doing my career now.
Brilliant, to be fair. For like places I've been before, like the facilities it's not a League One.
Really?
It's not a League Two club, sorry. It's a club who can be League One champ. So the facilities we got there are brilliant.
Walsall's a massive club. It's always been one close to my heart. It's great to see you back there. Like you said, your career started at Stoke actually. You was at Stoke as a kid. Who was in the ranks? Did anyone go on to become a pro footballer at Stoke?
My age, there was Ryan Boot. Ryan Boot now is Chesterfield, goalkeeper. Apart from that, it was Kurt Nelson.
Yeah.
Kurt Nelson, he was older though, a couple of years ago.
Who was your coaches?
My coach when I got released, who wanted to keep us on, was Kevin Kent. Used to be at Vale. He had like 8 of us who wanted to sign. But Steve Holland, one who's at England now, he came in. Tony Pulis had this agenda of tall players. We know I'm not a tall player.
I like Tony personally.
And that was the reasons.
So what was the conversation? How did the conversation go?
It was a strange conversation because
17, 16?
He would take me to my first year scholar.
Oh, right, okay.
So we all thought we were the 8 of us who kind of knew from Kevin Kent's reactions before. We thought we were getting a scholar because we were the ones who were playing every week. And on the day of the meetings, we seen Kevin Kent walk past, raging. Didn't look at any of us. Obviously, we were parents and stuff. Get into the meeting room. He doesn't speak. He slouched down in his chair. And it was Steve Holland who was like, you ain't getting a contract.
Was it one-on-one? Was your parents there?
My parents are there as well, yeah. Because before that, we had George Foster.
Yeah.
He was the head of the academy. He gave me a grilling maybe a year before. Like, when I was a kid, I didn't know how serious football was. I was at Stoke when I was in year 2, year 3. Yeah. I just thought I was doing the same as what my mates were doing for their Sunday teams. So I'd miss training sometimes. I wanted to play Manhunt and stuff like that. Looking back now, I'd never change.
Manhunt as in like knock a run?
Yeah. I'd never change. Yeah.
Where would you play that? Not in Hanley?
No. Birch's Head. That's where I grew up, yeah. On the brink of Sneak Green, Birch's Head.
The legendary games of Manhunt.
Yeah. I'd be doing that. I was a chubby kid when I was younger. Yeah. Used to be late for training. That's not me. That was like family things and stuff. Yeah, he bollocked me. My mum and dad are there as well. He bollocked them.
Really? Was he just a stocky kid? Because you see pictures of Harry Kane as well, and he always looked like quite a plumpish kid.
Yeah. He was still, I would still say it was like puppy fat.
Yeah.
Back in the day. But the way I'm built compared to other kids at them points, like, didn't help that I was coming out last in bleak tests and
really.
So putting 2 and 2 together, I wasn't fit. But I was I had something there which gave him the reason to give him this bollocking. So he was like, get yourself where you need to be, make sure you get some time to my parents and stuff, and we'll make sure we offer him something which will take him to his first and second year scholars. So I did, cut everything down, running, trimmed down, I was flying, he leaves, Steve Allen comes in, and then just completely different picture. So when that happened, I wasn't upset. Still, the light bulb hit me when George Foster bollocked me that, okay, something serious could happen here with football. But I still wasn't there yet. So when I found that out, I kind of was like, okay, we go again. And
what was you a natural goal scorer then?
All my career, I've always played different positions. I'm very versatile. Sometimes that's hindered scoring goals. When I was younger, Noel Blake was the first person who put me up front. I used to play centre back when I first went to Stoke. Because I was a stocky lad.
The biggest one as well.
Yeah. And then every team, every age group I was with, a certain person would play me left wing, right wing, because I had the energy to get up and down. So it's been like that my whole career. Even to this day now, Walsall, when I first got to Walsall, I know I'm jumping ahead, but when I went from Leicester to Walsall, I just got 150 appearances then from game on Saturday, and I look back at it and I nearly played every position.
Really? Not in goal though?
No, apart from goal. I said that to Darren Barfield the other day. I was like, I reckon I could do a job on goal, But yeah, different managers have just trusted me to do different jobs, and when you're at an age where you're trying to break into a team, you'll do whatever you need to do to be on the pitch, and I've always been that player. So it has its pros, it has its cons, but just a versatile.
Now, same. I can relate. Same thing for me. What got me my opportunity as a pro was Leeson assigned me for Port Vale, and he said one of the things I signed you for was because you could put the ball in the box. And I was 6'4" target man, and he was like, it's such a dying art, the ability to put the ball in the box. And I think I played left wing against Leeds, and I'm thinking, looking back when I dropped to non-league, where people would only put me as the target man, they wouldn't put me anywhere else. Whereas the higher up you get, people realise that you're a weapon, you're versatile. And again, I always say you're tenacious, like you're a fox in the box. Whether you score it at non-league, League One, higher, lower, the rules never change, do they? The goals never move. And it's proven, it's great for you to see. It's great for me to see what you're doing in your career at the minute. But regards what you just said about your stats, 150 appearances, got some Walsall legends here. Mick Kearns, Walsall legend keeper, 249 appearances. Dean Keats has clocked in over 200, so you might be touching that by the end of this season. Ian Roper, over 300. Whacker Jimmy Walker, 475 appearances. And Skip, Martin O'Connor, 152. So you're 2 appearances off.
I'll be texting them then after.
So it's a massive achievement. Like I say, they're all Walsall legends who I grew up watching, admiring, imitating. And now I look at your stats and you've played nearly as many games as them. And some of them names will go down in the history of Walsall Football Club. And that's kind of where your name's floating about now. So this is your second stint at Walsall. So what was the allure to bring you back to the club?
Well, the manager now I played with in my last year, he was like transitioning then from player to player coach.
And that was at Burton?
No, that was it.
That's Walsall.
Yeah. I had conversations with him last summer after I left Barrow. And he knows what I'm like as a person. I have ambitions to play as high as I can. I came to the game late at the age of 22, and I've never been satisfied with... I've never looked back and gone, I'm so proud to be here. I've always gone, right, I need to keep going because I'm at an age now where time's ticking, so to speak. So I had a good season at Barrow, got 15 goals. Coming to the end of my contract, I had different offers, and there was an opportunity to get back into League One where I first started with Walsall. So he understood that. Things didn't work out there.
But you went from Walsall to Barrow, didn't you?
I went to Walsall to Barrow, yeah. My last stint at Walsall, the club wasn't in a good place.
No.
And they openly admit that as well.
It's a completely different club now.
Completely different.
From when I was coming through the ranks to where it's transitioned over the years to where it is now. It looks like it's in good hands. It's looked after. And like I said, you're second in the league now. I know there's only a few games gone, but...
yeah, it's still early days, but when I came on loan to him at the end of last season, I was still unsure of how it was as a club.
Yeah.
But as soon as I walked through them doors and just everything which is being done there, the coaching staff are on it, the physios are on it, the S&C coaches are on it, the new owners are on it in the right way. Like, it's not just a smokescreen for the fans and then it's not the same for us. Everything was just so much better, and I knew straight away that once that season finished, I wanted to come back and help them to do what hopefully we can do this season and get back to
the Midlands as well, because congratulations, you're about to become a dad as well.
Yeah.
She's a massive turning point in your life, big crossroads, best thing you'll ever do. So it's nice to be back in the Midlands. And your other half, she's involved in football as well with her father, ex-Football League manager, assistant, and now non-league manager.
Yeah, yes, our old club.
So you keep it in the family.
Yeah, he was a big part of me going back to Walsall.
Really?
I had conversations with him over the summer. We were on holiday and I didn't know what to do. I still had another year left at my previous club at Burton. And things changed. Got a new house. Me and Messi got a new house. New house and baby comes, doesn't it? So my games room's gone. So I need to get a little shed like this.
When's she dropping?
November.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a couple of months' time.
Yeah, get the firing boots back on. Now's goal bar.
I know. That's what I need. That's what he's been saying to me. But yeah, everything was just right. Like, you need to be in a good environment to have a balanced life. And if you haven't got that balanced life, then your off the pitch life is not going to be great, and then you're not going to replicate it on the pitch. So I knew coming back here was right, and I've done well since I've come back so far. So
it does feel like Walsall's your club. It's so hard finding a club where the player can resonate with the club and the club can resonate with the player, and you can be happy. I've had so many bad decisions to go to clubs, and the club didn't resonate with me, and there was moves where I didn't resonate with the club. But you can see it's a good match, and 150 appearances plus says it all, really. But so what's next? What's next for you at Walsall? So 29 now. For me, I still feel like you're early 20s, but you're one of the experienced ones in the dressing room.
Yeah, it's mad because when we do small-sided and it's like young be old, I've been in the old group now for a good couple of years, and I'm thinking it's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I still see myself as a lad who's learning the game.
Yeah.
Obviously coming in late, but age passport says otherwise. But coming back here, the mission is to get us back to where we need to be. Don't know, and just see what happens. Like, I think this group, what we've got, is too good, both as a relationship together, like the tight knit. Because you get groups where you got the odd one who's sticks out like a sore thumb, who's a bad egg, telling you out. Like, this group is
really
unbelievable. Like, we can batter each other, but we can take it in the right way because we know it's just like brother banter. Yeah. But then when it comes again on the pitch, we back each other and we give 110%. So the aim coming back here is just to try help please the fans as well. The fans have been desperate for us to have that ambition to, as a club, to get somewhere, and everything's in place to do that now. So fingers crossed.
So was there any aspirations set out at the start of the season where it said we want to achieve this by the end of the season?
I think after last season being so close to being in and around the playoffs, it shows of the recruitment he's done in regards to keeping a lot the same and adding a few little bits. If we need to do that and better, and that's the plan. Lads who would have gone on and done better, like that's everywhere in football, isn't it? Like think about some of the players who we had at Stafford Rangers, Elliot Hodge,
Yeah. Elliot Hodge, still speak to Hodgie.
Like he was brilliant. I don't know where he is now, but like there's lads who
He's been playing.
Considering where I went, Cohen Bramall, Dan Scar, all of us at the same time.
Scar, yeah.
Had the opportunity to go to, obviously Scars, he was Birmingham, but Premier League teams. You think some of the players who we played against and played with, you just think like how they not had the opportunity, but like that's just how fickle football is. It's just opinions, isn't it? And
that's got to be a great learning curve for you, isn't it? Coming into a dressing room with like the likes of me, Towner, Batch, Bales,
Tails,
yeah. Wow,
yeah. I've seen Tails. He came watches.
Is he still milking it?
Yeah,
still holding on.
Yeah, he's with his missus. I think they had a game off, or he said he was injured. He was skiving anyway, so whoever he plays for now, he was skiving.
Chasetown, yeah.
He was there. He came watches start of the season. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, you guys like were massive for me then. Yeah. Like I was just finishing uni.
Course, yeah. So you've got a degree.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah,
so that's something to fall back on.
I don't know if I was with you guys first, but the thing is, before I just came to you guys, I turned down a contract in Scotland at Alloway.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah. I had another year uni to finish. And then I think that's when I was coming to you guys when I finished uni. So I was like, right, I just give myself a year to see what happens. But I didn't put any didn't force you to just let it happen. And I came to you a couple of games into the season, I think it was.
Yeah.
I was with Bales at Nantwich. He was one who called me, said how good setup is. I had a phone call with Kitch. Try and bargain the first time I made money. Told him I was on more than what I was on.
Yeah, trying to get you from 20 quid to 30 quid or something.
Yeah. I was like, right, I need to try and get us on a contract. So I said to him straight away, I was like, can I get a contract? And he was like, well, we'll see how you get on first. First game, the first training session came, we trained on the pitch. And I've never been in an environment where I didn't really know anybody. I knew Bales, but the majority I didn't know. We were doing like 2v2s or something, and Townsend's just come and flattered me. And I was like, well, how do I react to you? Do I stay down because it hurts? Because when he hits you...
He's a different breed. Townsend's a different breed, totally.
He was testing me then, but just got up, carried on. I thought, I've got to take this every training session.
Not for me.
Not for me. But then we played on the Saturday, I scored, and then just everything clicked. Me and you clicked.
You got to love non-league, haven't you? Because I'll get a call, So how I signed for Stafford is I was promised the world at Worcester in, I think, the Conference North at the time. And I'll return back to pre-season and it's me and Lee Hughes up top, and the manager pulls us and he says, yeah, I've mismanaged my budget. I can't have both of you. So then I'll throw my toys out the pram, have an easy fit, and then Kitchy's been ringing me constantly to try and get me to the club. I end up at Stafford with just like the week before the season starts. I'll get off to a flyer, and then to me he's like, do you know a centre-back? I think I bring Bales in, and then he says to Bales, do you know another striker? And then he brings you.
I had to do those like that.
Yeah.
But we were good though, weren't we?
We was flying. We had a great setup. Yeah.
Like Batch was another one who helped a lot.
Again, Hodge though, I think we went to a 3 up top, didn't we? I think it was me down the centre and
it was 2 each side.
Yeah, you and Hodgie. And
then where did he went?
I think he went to Burton. From there, or it might have been like a Chesterfield and a Burton. But yeah, when that partnership went, when you got your move, which again, I would never stop a player progressing in the game.
But that was also thanks to you as well with the agent side. I've never heard of agents before this point, and I remember we played somebody, and I think you said that someone came to watch me. Right, if it was Derby or something, I'm sure it was.
Yeah, it was a scout linked to a number of Midlands clubs, and he was like, I'm desperate for a young striker on my books who can get in behind, who can score goals, who can potentially fit into a 23 setup and progress at a club. And I was like, I'm literally playing with like the perfect guy. Mm-hmm. And he's saying, okay, then I'll speak to Derby and I'll come. And then within like a week, I mean, I personally have never seen somebody progress that quickly from a first game and then a second game. Then I think the club knew they wanted you. I think Leicester wanted you straight away.
Mm.
I think Derby did as well, to be honest.
Yeah. I think Leicester came in first. I remember, like, I'm backtracking now, but like when I was at Newcastle, I had trials like Peterborough, places like that. Just nothing, just didn't happen. And then I was on the way to work one day. I'm in the car park outside. Get a phone call off Kitch. I think Kitch rang me. And he was like, "Oh, someone wants to take you on trial." And I thought it was Derby because you said Derby. And he was like, "Leicester." And then my boss was walking past. Yeah. I was like, "I'm done from work. I'm having the week off." Yeah. So
how did you leave work then?
So he was like, "Oh, they want you to go in next week if you can." So I've gone into him. I was like,
"Is this a Busy Bees?"
Yeah. Be active.
Be active.
Ben Mills.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
He's the one who, when he started his company, I was at Newcastle with him. He was like, "Luke, do you want a job?" Jumped in the deep end straight away, and I loved it. I loved working there. And he's been in the football environment himself, so he understands. And he was like, "Mate, you got to." So I had a couple more days left working there before my trial. Like I'm in these schools, so the teachers are like, "Go and try Leicester. Just don't tell anybody that I'll go and try Leicester." And then Monday morning comes, reality hits that I'm like, "Shit, I'm going and try Leicester here." I was like, I just got to do what I've been doing. Like, I can't change. This is the reason why I'm here. So first day I go in, got told to sit on a spin bike. I got this kit with trialist on, just waiting for somebody to tell me what to do. Don't know nobody. And they're like, "You're going to train with the first team today." So it was like the lads who didn't play minutes on the Saturday.
Any recognisable players there?
Yeah. Well, it was just it was a year after they won the Prem, wasn't it? So first training session, you got Andy King, Danny Drinkwater, Wes Morgan. Trying to think who else is in that training session. The main thing I remember that training session is we played like a five-a-side. I tried to pin Wes. Wes just like laughed at me, but he was like, he liked it because I was trying to get stuck in.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it just skyrocketed from there, and just kept doing well, training with the 23s, and going over to the first team. My first proper one with the whole proper team. Just been over there, obviously me being me, working hard, trying, dripping with sweat.
Yeah.
Then I get told I'm going over for the rest of the session with the first team, so I'm already knackered as it is. Started doing the passing drill. It was like Riyadh, Ben Chilwell, Wes is in our group, and we're just doing a passing drill. Riyadh banged the ball at me.
Yeah.
Bounced off my foot. I'm still raw. I'm non-league. I'm still.
See, it's naughty that is.
Yeah.
To Vale, Luke Rodgers used to do that. He used to absolutely punch it into you to test you.
To test you, yeah.
I think it's the best thing for you. I'll do the same.
100%. So I didn't have to react at first.
Yeah.
Because with the trialist on your thing, you might as well have something on your forehead. Yeah. And then Wes was like, "Get it in back." So I've hit it back towards him.
Yeah.
And he just started growing relationships from there. Like, as soon as I signed, like, the people like Riyadh and that who were testing me start respecting me then, because like, right, you've done well, good, and then you build a respect from there. And from Leicester, it's just been...
It was a quick learning curve, that wasn't it? In a short space of time, they offered you something. And I think you had was it Liverpool or Manchester 23s? They put you in, I think, did you...
Yeah. So on the trial week, we played Notts Forest.
Yeah.
And then on the way back, I was driving home back from the game, get a phone call. At the game, it was like Steve Bigelow is one of the funniest men. Our 23s manager, Biggs, was preparing us so much for non-league, League One, League Two type of environments.
Yeah.
So for me, coming in from that environment, he loved it. And that I was able to replicate on the pitch as well, with that rawness.
Yeah.
After the game, he's like, "It's signing you are. I'll make sure of it." I'm on the way home ringing my dad. I'm like, I've done it. But it took a while because it was towards the end of the season, wasn't it? So you had to go through everything. I didn't know what's happening. I'm still coming back to games with Stafford as well while I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Then we had all the stuff with Stafford trying to now get me on a contract, and this is why he's with.
I mean, it's a touchy subject on people at the club didn't know I was close with the agent who was working with the move, and the agent would say stuff to me what the club was, saying about you at the time, which again I couldn't agree with.
Yeah.
Again, I would never stop. I don't understand how managers or clubs can stop players progressing and moving on. I think it's heartbreaking, and it's one of the damaging things in the game. But to see what you did, it's a credit to yourself, really. You did all that yourself. It's sometimes it's a bit of luck, but like you said, your tenacity, your work ethic, that's all you. And you touched on something there, like the importance of non-league football. I was exactly the same, and I think Josh March, they're the same kind of players like this, building a pedigree in non-league football as opposed to going through a football club, sitting in the reserves, playing for the kids' football, and not really, featuring much. If you drop down to non-league, play men's competitive football, and then progressing into the game, like you said, if you're coming up against those kind of players, it's a different world.
Because 23 football was just so different to what I was used to. And players,
classroom stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like
it's a game of chess. And it's not physical.
Yeah.
So then when I'm going there bumping players who don't expect me to do that, I stuck out like a sore thumb, but in the right way.
Yeah.
And he loved that. So he would then, I'd be in early, doing the typical things you would do, like when you're first getting them places, going in early, doing extras and stuff like that. And Beeks loved it. But then where he loved that, he also used me as this pedestal for these players to be like, right, all you have just been pussyfooting around in the academy, this is what you need to do, or else you'll be going back to where he's just come from. And I used to have phone calls off him, and he'd be like, yeah, right, tomorrow, so after we lost a game, tomorrow, you're getting it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But because if I have a go at you, then they will know that they aren't safe.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in the meeting getting bollocked by him, thinking that
that's class. That is class.
And I had that a lot with him, and I loved it because.
Where is he now?
Chilling, I think now.
Really?
Yeah.
Cigar on.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
He was a madman. He used to make us do these 12-minute jogs every morning.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah.
Took us to Jersey. Got us into the water at stupid o'clock.
Yeah.
Literally jogging around the whole island. He was ruthless with us, but it was character building as well. That's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I can't thank him more for what he done for me.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it's a different game now. I go and watch some non-league football matches now, and I think, where are the men? Like, I don't know whether it's because I've aged or what, but watching non-league games now, everyone looks really young and athletic.
Yeah, there's still some floating around. You got your Timmy Sanders, you get,
of course,
people like that. But when I've been watching Stafford now, like, I couldn't recognise one player. Sean Cook, obviously, he's been about. But when I came into non-league, it was, you could tell the transitions of like new guys coming towards the end. And
what do you mean?
Yeah, you've got.
I was just hitting my prime.
I say that, Batch is still playing.
I had another 15 years non-league football.
No, but you know, you've been.
I know.
You've been there. You've done it, and we're the ones we're learning off you. Where now it's just completely changed. But I feel like COVID has done that. People haven't got the time to do both. Where before everyone was just Tuesdays not working or getting off work early to go to play football. People can't afford to do that now, and that's why non-league is such a struggle now. Like, obviously being with the staff manager's daughter now, like, listen to him having conversations where people can't make it, trying to alter things, trying to get people in with a tight budget. It's
I've still got close ties with Stafford as well. You know, Dale Belford, the assistant. He's my cousin. His mum is my mum's sister. His son's the goalie. So then you've got your father-in-law as the manager as well. It's ridiculous.
Some plays.
Yeah. Oh, does he?
Yeah, sure. Cookie's.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course.
His son, yeah.
So that sums up non-league football, doesn't it? Everyone knows everyone.
Everybody, yeah.
I mean, I think I'm personally on 36 clubs now, but that's just because you drop down to non-league and then you get passed from pillar to post.
Yeah.
Swings and roundabouts is the saying, isn't it?
Then you also have to go
7 days. Yeah. But I mean, would you see yourself at the end of your career coming back to non-league, or would you rather finish it on the top?
The ideal thing was finish on the top. but I think I'm too naive to know when time's up until I'm like, yeah, time's up. Like, I enjoy football now more as I got older, which sometimes I regret that I didn't at a younger age. Maybe things could have been different earlier.
Yeah.
It just depends what you're doing outside of football. Obviously, I'm not at a level where I could just finish and I could just get on the golf course every day, which I wish I could.
Yeah.
So it just depends what my next path is in football first. If I need to play football, because
do you see a deadline? I know I've seen you on the golf course on your Instagram and stuff, but do you want to carry on playing for as long as you can?
Yeah. Somebody who's 29, nearly 30. I don't think I've got the legs of what people assume a 29 and 30-year-old would have.
Yeah.
I look after myself, so I'm hoping, touch wood, that I can play. It's changing now, isn't it? Like, lads are playing till the 37, 38.
I was going to say that, yeah, you know, John Park and Kevin Ellison, different type of players, but they was, you know, pushing 40s, into the 40s. But the one common denominator is you're a natural goal scorer. Yeah, you can run in behind, but I bet 90% of your goals are in that 6-yard box.
Yeah. It just depends where you
That's
are.
how you play with your head.
Exactly. Like at Barrow, my game completely changed. We had a lad, Sam Foley. Don't know if you say Sam Foley. He was at Vale, Tranmere. Great. He had a good career as well.
Who was the keeper at Barrow?
Paul Farman.
Farman, yeah. Farms at Lincoln.
Yeah,
Great
massive kick.
Yeah.
A massive kick.
All of the big kick.
He changed my game. Well, he helped change my game. We had Pete Wild come in from Halifax, and I've always just been hard work first on the pitch, and then because of the different positions I played. But I just got told just to stay in between two centre halves, let the ball come to you, and that's why I had my best season.
Yeah,
and most of my goals were just in the box.
Yeah, 15+ seasons.
Yeah. We were, I think, a couple of points off getting in the playoff.
Really?
Yeah. That's with a couple of injuries as well in that season, and I just see the massive difference. But you can't replicate that everywhere because you have different roles in different places. Here it's a different role. We have two players, a bit like me and you.
Yeah.
I've got Jamal Matt up top with me. So my role's a little bit different. It's not just all about me. And sometimes as a striker, you have your best seasons being all about you. But we're a collective as a team, and that's why we're doing so well. Sometimes you sacrifice your stats for the overall outcome, and I'd rather that now.
And I think that's why you've had good relationships with the gaffers you've mentioned, because they can see sacrifices. You're making sacrifices for the team, and not only can you be a natural goal scorer, you can naturally assist goals, and then what you do, your work rate for the team is, you know, second to none.
Mm-hmm.
And that's testament to yourself. But when you just talked about COVID, I got a call from Coxey to go and play for Kettering when COVID happened. So instead of being locked in my house for a year and a half, I went and played Conference North. But there was a young fullback called Connor Barrett at Kettering. Very quiet, starry-eyed, but again, up and down that wing.
Yeah.
Now he's playing with you every week, you know. I think he signed from Foyle, didn't he?
Yeah. He's still quiet now.
Is he really?
Yeah, he comes out his shell when we play Ludo on the coach. There's four of us. There's me, Evo, Charlie Lakey.
Did he have an initiation song?
No, he paid.
Oh,
yeah.
What a shit.
I don't know.
Poor,
I hate it when people pay the fine. 30 seconds.
Yeah. Like, it's meant to be embarrassing.
Yeah.
You're not.
I've had some bad ones. I just think like, it's one of them. But no, Connor didn't do it. Wasn't even budging.
What's the fine for that?
I don't know if it's 100 or
really
200. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's steep for League Two, isn't he?
Well,
I would not be happy with that.
Well, you got to sing.
Yeah, I'd have my guitar. I'd be singing and all sorts.
Would.
Yeah, I'll have star shades on, all Elton John and everything.
Well, I can't remember what mine is. This is how we do it. Montal Jordan.
Bit of rapping, is he?
A little bit, yeah. But with us at Walsall, which I've never had anywhere else, if you want to use the music, you got to pay.
Oh, really?
If you need the lyrics, you got to pay a tenner. So I'm in my car on the way back every day practicing this song.
We had a weird one at Mansfield where they'd put it on the radio. So every Friday we'd have these silly games, and then we'd have to go live on the radio and sing it. I think Louis Briscoe, he did take that number, rule the world. I mean, David Alls put us in some weird situations at Mansfield.
Yeah, that's a bit mad, that.
Just a little bit weird, yeah. But what was it like going from those non-league wages, what you spoke about? So I suppose it was a step up from Nantwich to Stafford, wasn't it? Because Stafford's a big club.
Yeah,
Stafford's always been a massive club. Good following.
That's the reason why I tried to get contracts. I thought, this is brilliant. I'm working and getting this as well.
I don't even think I had a contract. I think I stopped. I just thought, if I wanted to throw my toys out my pram, tell somebody to put 7 days in for me and then I'd be off.
Yeah.
And I did it a few times at Stafford as well. I think I went at the end of that season and came back for the Staffordshire Cup or something. But then signing that deal at Leicester City, are you talking big bucks from what you was on, or?
From what I was on, yeah. Originally, the deal wasn't great because the original deal wasn't great.
Because people don't realise this. People say, I bet you earned some decent money from the game. I said, I did okay, bought my house, put it down on my house. But I said, what people don't understand is like the cup bonuses, the point bonuses, the win bonus, the relocation fee. I said, it all adds up.
Yeah.
So I said, really, come the end of the month or the week, I can't remember now, I didn't really know what I was getting. It's like a surprise.
You have basic wage, don't you? Which you're going to get, but you do, lads do rely. I had a conversation the other day with a manager, I won't say his name, and their club don't have bonuses, like appearances and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, that's what lads...
Yeah.
Like, obviously you get your basic wage, yeah, fair enough, but then you're working hard every day on that basic wage to prove that you want to be starting, and it's an incentive to start, it's an incentive to score for both.
Especially as a ruthless goal scorer, you kind of pre-programmed to hit those targets.
Yeah, of course.
You want to get the golden boot, you want to be top goal scorer, then you want to be player of the year, and it
also benefits the club then as well. It's a win-win. But yeah, going back to the deal, at first it wasn't great, and people have to realise that, yes, I'm signing for Leicester, but I'm not signing for Leicester's first team. I'm still in their 23s.
Yeah.
So it's not Premier League wages, but it's more than what I was earning from work and playing at Stafford, which was good.
There you go.
But originally it was like near that, maybe a little bit more. And I was like, oh no.
People don't realise, do they? And to be fair, you're signing for the opportunity. You're signing.
Oh, that's what they tried to sell to the first. But Shaky, who just passed away, he was a big influence on me getting what I deserved to get. He was like, he went in, he spoke to the people there with my agent, and finally got what I thought was reasonable. At the end of the day, I know it's an opportunity, but I'm 22 now, so it needs to be an opportunity which is also worthwhile, especially with Derby wanting me to go there, and I think Wrexham wanted me, Dean Keats wanted me there, which...
That's class to hear about Shaky, because everyone's got good things to say about him.
Oh, he's brilliant.
And that's testament to him. I mean, he's got ties at Walsall, non-league football clubs. He's been around the area for years and years and years. And to hear things like that where he's saying, don't undersell yourself.
Yeah.
Get what you deserve.
He was a brilliant man. Everywhere he's been, and I've caught of him when he was at Villa, we played them at Barrow, and just got so much time for people. He was amazing. So, that's a credit to him. And it's a shame. It's a shame what's happened, but good memories of him, and he's helped me. He helped me to get where I was today, because he was a big influence for me to be still staying there, or else I would have gone somewhere else.
Did you speak to him before you come back to Walsall or not?
No, last time I spoke to him was when I was at Barrow, when he was at Villa.
Really?
Yeah, that was the last time.
Of course,
yeah. But yeah, the contract was good in the end. I was still travelling in every day, and still in my Clio. I had to staff and Rangers, and I was like, right.
What was Vardy driving in?
And so in the car park, it's a new training ground now, so the old car park, you come in, you got the first team car park, which is like there, and then like at the bottom, and then middle, at the top, that's where the 23s and stuff with Stafford Park. And then I'm going to the top, and I'm walking down and see bunch of I8s because they just won the league, but they got gifted these ranges and stuff. I'm thinking, this is just crazy. It's just so surreal. And
Did you see much of Silksy there? I think he was a sports therapist or...
yeah.
Because he played with me at Mansfield.
I did.
He's a very good fullback. Yeah, he went for the knot setup.
Is he the one who's
Gary Silk.
ginger?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's still there now, isn't he?
Yeah. He's done really well. But that was always new for me. So when I was at Mansfield, he was very close with a lad called Matt Somner, but the pair of them, when there was speaking to him, I was just constantly on the go. And they both said we never had aspirations of playing at this standard. We always wanted to go as high as we can. And now, as soon as we've dropped down, we realise that we're not really going to get back up. So there was focusing on the career. And then the next time I seen him, he's holding the Premiership title with the team. And I think credit to him.
No, it is. But I feel like me going to uni before gives me that opportunity now just to focus a little bit. I've done other stuff, done my UEFA B and things like that. But no, that I see a lot of players doing that now.
Yeah,
jumping onto courses and stuff because they get into an age where it's like, right, okay, if I'm going to go to uni for the next 3 years while I'm playing, like it needs to be now.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that from the outside. People just think you play football, you're getting loads of money, it's class, like what you're moaning about, but they don't see the other side.
Yeah, just working hard. I mean, especially with the world now, with the social media, and I think everyone's building the personal brands. Everyone's either selling T-shirts or branding this. I think that's why most people are signing for Wrexham, isn't it? Because what he can do for your career after the game is second to none.
Well, credit to the owners at Wrexham. Like, I know a couple of lads who were there, and it was last year when he signed, one of my mates did, they had a meeting and they were like, if there's anything you need to do or want to do outside of football, like, we'll support it because we know,
amazing.
We understand that football's not forever and we'll help you the best we can. And that's brilliant, but not every club can do that because they haven't got.
See, traditionally, the old style of the game, the mentality was not that.
No.
It was football's the be-all and end-all, and you don't think about it until it's past. Like you said, now the PFA has changed. The FA, everything's set to support players in the game and away from the game. But sometimes wish I was 10 years sooner or 10 years later.
I think that sometimes, though. Like, especially now with the game so young.
Yeah.
Like, they have everything stats-based, where you're running and stuff. And if I can run how I can run now, imagine if I came into the game now with these young boys, I'd be flying. But
I don't think the game's for me now. It's changed too much. You can't VAR and touching the player when they go down. I used to love bandaging my head up every week.
Oh, you still get that in League Two.
Yeah.
I love real Matt is the defenders are wrestling him every day.
Really?
Yeah.
I love the sound of that.
But he loves it as well. Obviously, it depends how the ref is on the day, but yeah, Chandler gets into some fights, but that helps me so much. Because
I told this when I played the last few years at non-league, because it tends to be an imitation of the Premiership. That's the only type of football to watch. So when young strikers or players have asked me for advice, I'd say watch League One, League Two, watch National League, because that's what football is. At the end of the day, it's about winning or losing.
Of course, yeah. I say this all the time about strikers in the Prem.
Yeah.
Like, the space which they get is good movement, but I also think if that was in our League One, League Two, non-league, you're getting gripped up before you even try to run away. So you've got two tasks: get off his fucking shoulder, or and you got to make the run as well. You just don't see that in the Prem.
People don't understand, and now this overplaying out from the back, and the perception is this is football where you just play out from the back. And every non-league club I've been at the last 5 years have said, we're a football inside, we play out from the back. You see Man United making mistakes playing out from the back. What does, someone in step 6 think they're going to play out from the back? But they love the game, don't they? We've all got an opinion on the game.
Yeah. That's why I'm an Arsenal fan, but I like Liverpool because I feel like Liverpool, the most, obviously with Klopp, it was the most relatable football, high
quality. Yeah.
Trent just putting balls on the channel.
Yeah, man.
It was just so much more relatable to what
forward passing. That's what I like about Trent. Every time he gets the ball, he looks forward. And that's a dying breed. People want to turn around and pass back and sideways, and it's so frustrating now. What did you reckon of the Rice situation?
He kicked it away, but
It's
the guy purposely, he knows what he's
It's
doing as well.
intentional, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a bit of both. Obviously, we draw the game,
Yeah.
which didn't help. So
The thing is, it was a second yellow, so VAR can't look at it. And I think if VAR looked at it, they might have been a bit nice on it and says, just leave it.
yeah, the ref himself should just be like, yes, come on now, Rashford.
Because there was a situation in the first 30 seconds, wasn't there, or the first
Yeah.
20 minutes where the other player kicked the ball, 100 yards and the ref did nothing. But for me, if you want to be pedantic, it was a rolling ball. The ball wasn't staged.
Yeah, well, he threw it at him.
Yeah. And then they say the letter of the law says if you kick the ball, not really.
The game.
What about the ref's whistle? What's the letter of the law on that? Don't take a free kick. And you see, there was nobody at the pitch. Well, that could cost Arsenal now. And it's millions of pounds, a little situation like that.
Yeah, but we also had chances early on in the game to. So
And what do you reckon about the new signing?
Sterling,
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
I love Martinelli. I think he's a good player, but the main I just don't think. I think he's trying too hard. Trossard, is he a starter? I don't know. Sterling's got so much experience in the league. I think he's still quality. I still think he should have gone with England, because I think he's one of England's best players. But then he's also got the option to rest Saka when Saka needs a rest, because he's going to burn him out.
The England one, I always call it politics or politics.
Yeah.
Not taking Grealish as well, strange decision. It's kind of like he's sacrificed the personalities for kind of the yes men.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to knock him because he's done an amazing job with what he's achieved getting to the finals and that. But I think in those games and key situations, you need personalities, you need big characters.
Yeah. Even Rashford, though, I still think Rashford,
100%. Yeah.
regardless of what's going on at your club,
Yeah.
there's more to the club
Yeah.
situation than the player performances.
Yeah.
Everyone crucifies. I was watching it yesterday, and Neville and Carragher and them are crucifying Rashford, in the commentary, saying he's not had a shot all season.
Yeah.
And
I heard the same comments and I was felt anxious.
Yeah,
hearing that.
How are you going away from
Yeah.
the manager himself, who's what he's created here? If in the same breath they're we scored how many goals he scored the other season, and then now he's never shot this season. Is that the player, or is that the way they're playing? Because right now they're getting pumped 3-4-0.
If I was any other Premier League club, I'd be trying to get Rashford just straight away.
100%.
You know what you're going to get with him, and he's trustworthy. You can see he's in an environment where he's just not being made to feel like the bollock.
Because he's got the price tag on his head, he's the easy option, isn't he? So
disappointing.
But then everybody jumps on it. But this is why I feel I know they have to do it because it's a job, so you have to be on both sides.
Yeah.
But when you're putting a guy out to be fired at there, saying why is Rashford not shot and all this, what's social media going to do? Social media's going to pick it up and he's going to get crucified, and then how's that?
You feed them crumbs down, you feed people crumbs and they eat it up. But yeah, like I said, Fox in the box, if he's not getting the balls in there, what are you going to do?
No.
And he's playing on the shoulder and he's doing everything he can, but it's a difficult situation for him, isn't it? What do you do for downtime?
Got a dog. Got a dog.
So back in the day, I would, when I was pro, I had my box sets, VHS to see the DVD, Prison Break, Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I've always loved films and series, me and Messi are watching. You ever seen True Detective?
Oh, class. Season 1. Unbelievable.
Season 1, I've just finished that one.
Really?
Yeah, so we're on season 2 now. But we love a series. If I'm not on my PlayStation as well.
What do you play?
I hear everything, normally I don't play FIFA anymore.
Fortnite,
but
I'm class on Fortnite.
Oh yeah. So we got a group of us, the boys who are still my mates from Leicester.
Yeah.
So I've got Sam Hughes at Stockport now. George Thomas, he's at Cambridge now. Harvey Barnes and Luke Thomas, who both at Harvey's gone to Newcastle now. There's us 4 or 5 who play Fortnite, and it's box games, 2v2s. and he gets so toxic. Like,
Yeah.
that's the best thing about it. It's like just
What's your loadout?
well on the box games, it's just AR and a shotty.
Yeah.
So it's like a 185
Yeah.
shotty. If everyone knows who fought
And what's your avatar?
Black Widow, because she looks good.
I've got an alien with a proton pack from Ghostbusters, so I'll roll.
Yeah, Black Widow, and I think I've got Peter Griffin TV on the back of me thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I got the chicken dance as well, whatever it is they wear. One. Yeah, so we played that. Well, I'm sat with the dog. I try to do as much as I can. Before when I first signed at Walsall, I first got exposed to social media and stuff, and we were in like a bit of a shit situation that season because we got relegated, and I've seen all this stuff on Twitter, and when we lose a game of like how zapping it was. I never took myself away from football. It was just Saturday, finish the game. This is probably before I was with my missus, but like I would never, even when I first started with my missus, like I wouldn't see her on Saturday after a game. Sunday, not seeing you because I'm just like can't get over the game.
Yeah.
I got exposed to that. Was the first time I got exposed to it at that time. So that was like a regular occurrence for a bit, and I was riding this roller coaster of like highs were brilliant, lows were like you wanted to do whatever. And then I think it was when I left Walsall, and I realised I was like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep riding this roller coaster. I need to find something which is gonna help me to, because it's gonna hinder your performances as well. And when I went to Barrow, I've read loads of books, but books only take you so far. You're taking your own perspective from it, and then once you've read it, you go back to normality again. End up speaking to a guy who's in Scotland, some mindset football guy, and mindset completely changed.
Really?
Ever since, yeah. He still be dipped, but I've now been able to pull that away now, and Saturday's done, review the game after, watch my clips. Go. Leave that now till Monday morning when you're back in.
Such an interesting point. Psychologically, football seems to, I don't know if it's come from that working men's game or something, but that mental torture which players, especially from my generation and previously, I'm hoping that it's being eradicated from the game. But I watched the Olympics recently, and they trained for 4 years for that one moment, and they'll pull the calf before as they start, and they say, I'll start training again for the next one. And like, they're so like easy come easy.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you get into a mentality where you can just take it with a pinch of salt like that, when it's everything you've done, everything you've built for all week in the football environment? You just train with the 20, 30 lads. And then
it's controlling the uncontrollable though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like football, like I feel like an individual sport is you and nobody else.
Yeah.
With us, especially the strikers, I don't know about any other position, but I feel like a striker is because you rely so much on other people to provide, and we are in the hot seat a lot. If you're not scoring, any team at any level, we need a striker. That's the first thing any fan will ever say, commentate, say if you lost a game, you need a striker because they haven't scored. So you take that ownership on yourself, and a loss is because of you.
And if you haven't scored probably 60, 70 minutes, you're getting dragged in somebody else.
Exactly. And then
if they score, you're thinking, oh, maybe I'm not going to start the next game.
Yeah.
Whereas your centre-backs, they're clocking up all the appearances and the games, and that striker position's just that one position which is rotated.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting one. Interesting mentality.
So that's what I wanted to work on. And you start to realise like what you can control and what you can't control. And it's made me a better person and a better player since.
Yeah, my granddad was the Saddlers Club back in the day. So I think it's called the Locker now or something. So he was the chief exec of that. He ran the Saddlers Club. The Saddlers Club. So when it was like the fishing part or the coaches or anything, he did it. So me from 8 till 18, I was in the Saddlers Club. They used to do the most amazing cheese and onion batches. Yeah, but people smoking and drinking in the club. Then I'd go and sit in the family stand, and then
Is it the family stands the one?
the long one over the far side opposite.
Yeah.
Is that still the family stand or not? Is it the tall one?
I'm not sure, you know.
Yeah. But like I said, when I was there, the big stand was built when I was there, and Mick Halsall got us breaking it in, so we had to be the first ones running up and down it for like half hour. I hated step running at Walsall. It was annoying. Did you just still do steps?
No, thank goodness. No.
It's horrible.
It is. It's big though, isn't it? Like,
Yeah?
I think now, like when we pack it out and you look up to the top, it's like it just looks incredible. I think our stadium is probably one of the. I reckon it's one of the best in our league. I know Bradford obviously have a big following in a big stadium, but I think especially start this season, towards the end of last season, like when we pack it out,
Yeah. There's nothing like it.
no, it's nothing like it. And we have you have your pros and cons with like minority of fans, but the fans there, like, just amazing. Like, there's a couple who I always speak to like after a game. I just got time for them.
Yeah. It's a
Like,
great club.
Even when you want to, obviously at the end of the game, you just want to shoot off and get home, but there's a few blokes who wait outside, and sometimes I'm there for half an hour or so, and it's not like win, lose or draw. Like, you just have just genuine conversations with these people, and there's nothing better.
It is good folk. It is good people. My dad grew up in Pleck down the road, and my nan lives just around the corner from the club. So again, like, you know, people ask me who I support, I'd always say Walsall. Yeah, growing up. And like, I was coming through the ranks when Paul Merson was there. He painted the away dressing room brown. I always remember, yeah. But the whiteys would get changed in there, so we had to see this brown, shitty paint every day.
I don't know what colour it is now and there. I still think it's dull though. I think it might be up.
Yeah. But as a striker, mate, you've get into Vardy at Leicester, and then obviously Walsall legend Darren Byfield. He's there now. I watched him at Wembley, Millennium Stadium. Watched him at the Millennium Stadium.
Yeah, Darren Byfield's brilliant. Like, his role at the club is so crucial.
Yeah.
He's like a coach, but he can, like, his interaction with the players. It's a good balance. You got the gaffer, who obviously has been there, done it, but he has to have a certain role. You got the assistant Gaz. He's been around the game, played it, international football, had experience of coaching. And him and Daz, this is what I mean about like how professional it is and how they want to do stuff. Like, every game, after every game, you'll do individual clips. So you'll have your generic ones. You'll
like
do that
classroom stuff. Or...
Yeah, a little bit. You'll do your generic one with the team. Like, Gaff will pick stuff out, good, bads, the indifference, and then you'll have individual clips. Again, good, bads, and indifference, and the detail of how much they want you to improve is next to none. And obviously, Daz being an ex-striker, doing shooting sessions with him, and his details of what he wants from us, but also understanding what we also need to be provided with the midfielders and the crosses and stuff like that. It's just a brilliant environment to be in for someone at my age who still wants to learn, but some of these lads who are coming up through the ranks. It showed on Saturday. Conor Barrett, who you know, didn't have much success in the first half to like get past his man, and the little fine details at half time, because he wants to learn as well. Sticks in, boom, gone past the man.
Snippets of information.
Gets.
What are we talking? Are we talking? Do they analyse how many touches you've had in a game, or where you've been? You know, your heat monitor in a game. No,
not like that detailed. It'd be more like little actions in the game which were good, which were bad. Sometimes for me, double movements, which was good, but then that might lead on to one of the midfielders who didn't see my double movement to play that next time, just to paint pictures in your head without like over.
Are you talking like going short to go long?
Yeah, or going long to come short, or
Do you still do one show and one in behind? Big man, little man?
Sometimes we don't. Me and Jammer just like me and you did. We just had that thing, and we didn't need to discuss what we're going to do. We just knew what we're going to do. And the same with Jam, because I know I'm not the tallest, but I still win balls in the air, and sometimes that takes when Jam's wrestling with a couple of guys. You think the ball's coming to him, clears me up.
Yeah.
When I'm in the behind and the occupied of me, it's clearing them up. So it depends how the game's going, which we alter what we're doing.
Does your dad still make it to the games?
Yeah, Dad's still there. Yeah, he's more of a fan.
Your agent as well.
No, he's changed now. He's more of a he's a fan more than anything now.
He's content. He's
He's happy. He's happy. He enjoys watching. He's in there with the Walsall fans. The fans know who he is now as well, and he's hard to miss.
So he's not in the box. He's
No, he's in the family stand with everyone else's family. The receptionist, Sue, brilliant lady. Every game, she's like, "Is your dad coming?" She knows my dad by his first name. My missus as well. Like, the club's just, the staff at the club are amazing, and that's another reason why I wanted to stay. You just can't beat that warmness you have. Again, win, lose or draw. Like, they know what we do in the background and how hard we work.
Yeah,
and they respect it, and just got bags of time for them.
When people have said to me, "What's your highlight from the game?" I just say the people. Honestly, the people you meet. Some of these non-league clubs, especially, they're a lifeline to the clubs, and then at the football club, whether you're playing Step 7 or League 1, it's all about the people.
It is
a day,
and I think it's unfair now the way social media is. Like, it is a minority who keyboard warriors who
are the loudest.
Yeah, some of them don't even go to the games, but that's all we see, and that's all family members in that see, and it puts a bad name on the fans. So these ones who would go every game, who wait for you after games, little daft things like wanting pictures, sign stuff. The kids who go who think you're their favourite player. Like, as much as people put things on us, like, these minority just put a bad name on these people who have so much time for the love of the club, what they love, not just...
It's a tough one now, because you do have to take the good with the bad, because they do pay the hard-earned money. And a lot of them, it's the savings, it's all the money they have, and they're buying a season ticket, a shirt, and they're travelling. It's not a cheap hobby to support a club.
Yeah,
and they want to vent, don't they? They want to vent more than anything. And I know more than anyone. I was like Marmite. People always said I was like Marmite from a career. I had my strong admirers, and I had people who just hated me because I was just a big gully.
Oh, well, Ronaldo gets hated. Like, if
they're talking about R7 or
we're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, however you say his name.
He's doing well now, isn't he?
Yeah. Well,
jumping on the YouTube.
I'm a Messi fan, so I'm not.
Oh wow!
But these players who are at the top level get slated, so I don't mind that. I just feel sorry for these people who go.
Do you think Ronaldo's bothered what people say?
Yeah, Ronaldo's bothered.
Do you reckon he's bothered?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
you reckon Messi's?
Messi's not bothered now.
You'd be die-hard Messi fan. You've had this argument before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Mate, I've went down an ice show speed wormhole these past few weeks. I've watched nearly every hour of his streaming. He did a 7-day stream on Minecraft.
With that
Kai.
Yeah.
And I was just mesmerised. They're so good. The marketing and the managers and the team behind it. Like, he's not stupid, mate. When I first heard of him and he was pulling his faces, and I thought, this guy's so irritating. And then the more I watch him, and I think that he's probably one of the cleverest blokes.
That Kai is very good. We had Kevin Hart and people like that on there. Yeah.
But did you see how Ronaldo surpassed them all with his subs on YouTube? Yeah, he's 23 million plus now, or 40 plus. I'm going to look, actually. It's ridiculous.
Hey, Ronaldo could set up Pokemon and you'll bloody...
Yeah. But I think Messi's on YouTube as well. It's not working now. It's loading. No, but I think it's a stupid argument. It's one football fans love to have. Messi, Ronaldo, who's better, but no one's close to either of them, are they?
No, but Messi.
Oh, you're going down. Then I think for consistency, Ronaldo, the longevity, he's done it consistently over a number of seasons.
I think as a profession, Ronaldo is a better professional.
Yeah.
From what we see.
Yeah.
Of how he built himself to be one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
Where I just feel like Messi is God-gifted, talented, just naturally.
Totally agree, yeah. I remember when Ronaldo first come to Man United and he could get into the positions, but he couldn't put the ball in, he'd kick it out of play, he'd run it out of play, his shots would be off target. And I made the mistake of saying, oh, this guy, he's rubbish, he's no good. But Ferguson getting into him and the players he was playing with, those squiff crosses and shots, everyone started going in. And then his work ethic. And then I thought, wow. I like his development, his story.
Yeah.
For everyone to see. And now he's a trailblazer in Saudi, isn't he? Would you consider something like that?
I would.
20 grand a week in Saudi?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, and he's in your little one.
I feel like the ideal one, I think I'd like to do an America stint.
Yeah.
That would be the nice one just for the lifestyle. But, I mean, in a couple of years' time.
If you wanted a quick cash cow, Saudi's your place, isn't it? It's putting it on the map. Just like Beckham did when he first went to the US, he kind of made it relevant, didn't he?
Yeah.
He opened the door for others to go to, and I think Ronaldo's doing that now with Saudi.
Yeah, no, if the option came, I think it'll be in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just depends how much.
Would the missus be up for it?
Probably not.
The little one will be a nursery.
Look, if I say we go, we're going. No, if the option came and it was like 2 years or whatever, it's 2 years.
Yeah.
Got the rest of your life.
Flies by, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like that you can't. You experience something different. The kid will only be 2.
Yeah.
You made some decent money. You come back and
Life's an adventure, really.
You might not want to come back. You just don't know until you've stepped out your little square.
I think it's an adventure, isn't it? And doing something like that, going somewhere. I had the chance before I turned pro to, I think it was North Carolina, and it was digs, it was a car, it was an education, but I was like solely focused on I wanted to play in the Football League. That was my only drive.
Oh, see, I was going to do one of them.
What, with your degree?
Yeah, no, before.
Oh, really?
Was that? I feel like I was maybe first year university. I was working at Waterworld, lifeguard. Yeah.
The only place in Stoke. Now there's crazy golf as well.
I know, yeah, which is class to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a lifeguard, and I was like, this is not for me.
Save anyone's life?
Yeah.
Did you?
Well, I say save, like they were potentially drowning. Like we had the space ball.
Yeah.
Which is like one of the deepest parts. Someone came down the space ball literally as soon as the little toes touched the water. They're panicking. Shouldn't have been on it in the first place. Had to jump in, do what you got to do.
I'm quality.
Yeah.
Imagine me splashing into that space ball, the water.
Yeah, there was water left. Joking. Yeah, so I'll tell you what it was. This is a funny story. I think I'm allowed to say this. We used to have like events on Waterworld, so you have like your parties and stuff for different nights. You have your aqua disco, and then they have a nudist.
Oh, what?
A nudist night. And literally every person who came to this event, they go everywhere. They go to Alton Towers. This bloke's telling me butt naked what they do. And you just see all these people just come in naked.
So you've got your lifeguard gear on?
I got my lifeguard gear on, sitting on the stool on the beach, watching over the wave pool, seeing a bloke just go straight into the waves, lie there, legs open, waves crashing into him. obviously enjoying the.
Thinking, what is my life?
I was thinking, what's going on here? And then you rotate at everything, and I'm on the slides. And this bloke's come up to me, telling me I should do it. It's brilliant. It makes you free. And I'm like, yeah, I need to get out of here. And then my friend, I don't know if you ever heard of Andy Holmes.
Right, yeah.
Andy Holmes is a coach at Stoke. His son, Warren, was in Texas doing a football scholarship.
Yeah.
He told his coach about me then, sent clips over when I was at Newcastle Town. Obviously, I've been to college at uni now. The unis are different here than they are over there. That we're a step ahead, I think, from what I remember. Everything was sorted. Like, they were looking forward to me coming. Spoke to the coach. Warren was like messaging me all the time. Thought, brilliant, I'm gonna go there. And then when I've sent all my grades and that over, they have credits. It's like a credit score.
Right.
And I did media in that at school. I wanted to do something a bit different. I knew I was going to go to college to do sport.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do business and media. So that's what I did. They didn't have...
So what's your degree currently in?
Sports development and coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a new further education. I would go into the sports side. I just wanted to open up and try different things. I loved media. But media didn't get into their credentials. So literally a few weeks after, phone call, can't do, but we can send you to college first. Thinking I'm at uni here, and no chance. But everything happens for a reason, doesn't it?
Worked out, didn't it?
Worked out.
At the end.
And then end up working for Ben Mills about a month later. Walking around with kids on my hands and knees doing sweet little money at 8 o'clock in the morning. But no, that was my favourite job. That's what I wanted to do. I was going to do a year of trying to get into football. If I couldn't, then I'd do my PGCE and then get a job in the high school. I wanted to.
So you had a plan then?
Yeah, I had a plan. Like, I enjoyed the primary school side, but you have to strip stuff back because it's all fundamentals, the basics, and going to uni and doing different courses, which Be Active helped me to do. I felt like I had the knowledge to have more detail in what I was teaching. Bit like now when I've done my UEFA B, I would want to be in an environment where I can utilise that UEFA B.
That begs the question. So when you stop playing, do you want to be on the other side of the fence in the game?
To a degree.
Coaching, management, sport?
I wouldn't want to be a manager, I don't think. No. I would want to be in the first team environment if I could.
Yeah.
But not as a manager, probably either coach, a bit like a Darren Barfield.
Yeah.
Who can relate to the age group and stuff and be able to focus on your forwards and whatever position.
There you go. What's your thoughts on like possibly being a referee?
Well, I seen that on the PFA. It came up, and I was looking at the wages. Or I said to my missus, I was like, "Should I be a referee?"
They do well. I know a few refs from our time, and they're doing better than me. Let's put it that way.
They do all right, don't they?
They do very well.
So
you need to be good. You need to be good and reliable.
Course. Yeah. But I think the course is like very. I don't think I could do it while I'm still playing now. This course.
No.
But I did have a look at it.
I personally do think the game needs more ex-professionals as referees, and I know they've tried it in the past, and it hasn't worked here and there. Well, I think it's because you need to start at the bottom. So if you've had a good footballing career, to go in then and refereeing Sunday mornings, kids football, and then progressing over the years back up to where you are, I think it needs a different path.
Yeah. It's tough, isn't it? Because like a player could go and do the courses, but still have their perception of what's a foul, what's not. Yeah. But there's a law there, isn't there? So you're taking a player in how he understands the game, but you're telling him this is how you want the game refed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a bit contradictory.
I think that's why we all love the game, because everybody can have an opinion on it. You know, darts, you hit the bullseye or you don't. With football, everybody can talk about it in the pub. You can analyse it till the cows come home. I'm not a massive fan of VAR. I like rough and ready, elbows, more rugby-esque. It's more or less non-contact now, isn't it? The highest level.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of VAR, unless it goes Arsenal's way. I just think like
doesn't tend to do
the things that have happened in the past, what have built games up, like England, Gerrard or Lampard, who
so many moments. Imagine the Maradona moment.
Yeah.
You know, the hand of God.
Yeah.
No, so I know it was against England as well, but such a pivotal moment in football in history.
It's still talks about now.
Yeah, the Lampard goal in
like Henry, handball. Was it Ireland?
Yeah,
like little things like that builds history, doesn't it? And I think the game is being changed now, where there's no like rivalries aren't the same anymore.
No,
like Liverpool, Everton. I know they're in a different level they're both in the Prem, but Liverpool just miles ahead. So Everton don't go. Some Everton fans might do, but
exactly.
It's just not the same.
Liverpool United, it didn't look like it hurt United that much.
No,
like it's just another game.
Yeah, it has changed massively.
But again, it's them characters, talking about characters and players, you know, the Roy Keanes, them hard tacklers, they're not in the game anymore because you can't do it.
Yeah, you get the odd one. I feel like Rice is close to that. McAllister, I think he sticks tackling. You get the odd ones, but they don't do it a lot.
No, but the best players always had something in them, like a Zidane or a Beckham or a Rooney, Keane, Cantona. They always had something crazy in a Bergkamp. It was just there was personalities, I think, just as players as well.
Yeah, and I love non-league.
Yeah, well, that's why people non-league
now, like Batch and Towns.
There needs to be some kind of cascading financially down to non-league. You're a testament. I'm a testament to players dropping to that level to move on in the game. The learning tree of playing non-league football to professional ranks. I think there's so many non-league clubs dying essentially now. It's sad to see because there's now funding. More and more non-league clubs are going to this 4G stuff, which again I'm not a fan of, but as a commercial unit to make money for a club, they need it. It's essential. So I just think something needs to be done. Something needs to be done sooner rather than later.
Yeah, definitely. I think trying to think now who really pumps money in, like Hensford.
They do now, yeah. They're in a good position now, but they've struggled for many, many years.
Yeah. But this is why you're getting younger players now, though, isn't it? Because people don't see the value of missing weight to.
But I know that there is some non-league clubs throwing some decent wages around now, and you just think maybe I need to lose a stone or two, get back out there. So quick fire questions.
Yep.
Best goal you've scored?
Oh, got a couple.
Just one, please. First one you're thinking of, come on.
Leicester 23s on my birthday. Playing Barnsley away. Left foot. I was playing centre mid. This is what I'm saying, I play a different position.
Wow.
Centre mid. They just scored. We've kicked off. Booted it up to one of our players. It's a little scramble. I've asked for the ball. Took it off outside the 18-yard box. I'm probably like 25 yards out maybe. Left foot. First team keeper run was in as well that day. Left foot, boom, top corner. And that's on my Instagram.
I'll have a look. So best moment in a game.
I'm not privileged to say like promotional or playoffs yet, but scored a couple of last minute winners.
Yeah.
Bradford, we played Barrow and Bradford, a bit of a rivalry. We beat them 3-2 at our place. But it was a mad game. We were winning, then they scored, then we scored, then they scored. Like 89th minute.
It's one of them games.
And then I scored like 92nd minute or something. Or the equaliser against Walsall when I came back. I was at Barrow, played Walsall away, didn't touch the ball for 80 minutes. I got Manny Month. I got Rolling. I can't think who else is in the... I can't remember who's at the back for Walsall then. But I just know Manny Montford's there. Manny Montford's a big boy. Just got these, just locking me up all game. I get the fans, it's like chanting.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's my first time back. It's understandable. And then I end up scoring a
Did you give it any?
No, I didn't.
That's the best one when you don't.
Yeah, because
you're above it. You don't need to.
I've been there for 3 years.
Yeah.
I love the club. I left because of other reasons. And it's just nice. But even again, when I say about fans, even when I came back, even when I scored, speaking to me after the game, we bloody knew it was going to be you.
Yeah,
scored.
yeah. I love that.
And that's why I still got a relationship with them now, because I respected them then. But yeah, the last minute winners are probably like the best moments.
I love that thing with Haaland as well. You know, you watch him on telly and the commentators saying he's not touched the ball, he hasn't touched, and then bang, he scores a goal. And then when he's got one, there's something in the air, isn't there, as a striker?
Yeah.
When you've scored that first one, the second one's a bit easier, and then you're on a roll. So, who would you say is the best player you've played with and against?
I know you want me to say you.
No, I don't.
Best player with... I'd probably say...
Some names in that Leicester side, isn't there?
Yeah, but I'm trying to like...
It's a tough one, isn't it? Because people want you to say a name who you've played with, and I've got a few. But when you've had a connection with somebody on a...
Yeah, like there's some... When we played in 23s, like I played the first team and like pre-season and stuff, but you're not really experiencing them there.
Yeah.
You played them in training, which I could easily say Riyad Mahrez, because he's a joke. But I never experienced that on the pitch with him, where I feel like Harvey Barnes, like you see him now, like the way he's... I wouldn't say he's like the best player I played with, but the way he's come on from what he's done at West Brom, Barnsley on his loans, and to be at Newcastle now and just still looking better each time because he's out there. He's a joke. So I'll give him the credit of saying he's up there. Best player against Gundogan.
Really?
Yeah, we play City at their place. He just come back from an injury. Yeah, that Diaz up top, he went Real Madrid. But Gundogan just couldn't get the ball off him. He couldn't get the ball off any of them. We're just literally pressing for 90 minutes. But you could just see the game was just so slow for him because he's so ahead. It was just unbelievable.
It's like Alien, isn't it? When you play against players who are like a step ahead of everyone, physically and mentally.
Well, we got Albert Adoma at our place now. We call him Monks. He was at Villa. He's had a great career, been in the Prem. He's 37 now. Apologies if I've said you're older than you are, but I think he's like that age. And when he comes on, like he's very skillful. If you go on his Instagram, you see him do his tricks and stuff. Like that's just his thing. And when he comes on or when he started, he's just so calm.
Yeah.
And he's getting the best out of some of the younger players as well. Like he drops in, he's just saying to one of our midfielders, he's like, yeah, just keep passing the ball when there's players around you. But then he gives you the confidence of being like, well, yeah, right, okay, we'll keep playing. Bringing the ball down in certain areas and stuff. He just tell that they've been at a level where he hasn't lost it up there. Yeah, it's where we're just non-stop. We're playing at the speed of the game. If the game slows down, we slow down. But that just comes with experience.
They dictate the game, don't they? Sometimes from those type of players. So what's next for you then, Josh? The Flash. What's your aspirations for this season and going forward? How do you hope to get from the rest of your career? Because you're coming into your own now. This is, these are your wonder years.
Yeah. I want a promotion. Promotion before I finish my career, whenever that will be. Longevity to stay in the game as long as I can. And just continue to score goals this season. I just want to get as many goals as I can. If I can beat my Barrow record, that'd be great. But the main thing, I would take promotion over over that any day. If I contribute 6 to 10 goals a season, we get promoted. You can't take that away from anybody. So the main thing is,
what's your deal at the minute at Walsall to the end of the season, or to?
I've got 2 years.
Nice.
Yeah. Hopefully, many more to come if we have success. Because I've been there for so long, I'd like to. Hopefully, if we get a successful season and I do well and we do well as a club, can't see myself wanting to go elsewhere unless I really needed to, or I couldn't turn it down.
Like I said at the start, it looks like a good relationship from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine how good it is from being inside it.
It's brilliant, and if that works out like that, and to be able to transition like our gaffer's done in some sort of way, that would be the perfect plan. But time will tell.
Yeah. So do you have any last message for the? Do you have like the flashouts? What are your fans called?
Difficult.
Do they not have a name?
No.
So I had the Kyle Perry Appreciation Society.
Well, I'm going to have to speak to a couple of them and see if there is anything. I just need to score a couple more goals first. Just get them, all of them back on side.
You need to build it yourself. That's what I did. You need to. I set up my own fan club.
I'll go to the drawing board. I'll think about it. Well, I've got a bit of time off. I'll think about it. But no, everyone calls me Flash, and it's stuck since the first day I went there. So
you do know who Flash Gordon is, Dad?
Yeah. Beeks was the first one at Leicester who
really
gave me that name because we had too many Joshes in our team. He's like, right, you're Flash, and he's stuck since then. All mates call it me. Flash.
Doing my research, I was looking at typed in Flash Gordon, and it's the NFL quarterback.
Every time he's been done for something, that's why I private my account, because he's tagged in whatever scandals he's been at.
Do you do socials, TikTok, Instagram?
No,
Facebook.
I've got Instagram. I have got Twitter, but I don't use Twitter.
Yeah.
I did do one TikTok in COVID.
Dance.
No, I did Chris Kamar.
Oh, really? I was going to say, I'm looking at you now and I'm thinking, wow.
Yeah, well, Darryl Clark used to call me Chris Kamar.
Really?
Yeah, this is a funny story to finish on. Chris Kamar, he used to call me Chris Kamar because I'm a Tash. And I ended up doing the sending off one. Where we got sent off, and I sent it to James Clark, and he was like, I've got to send that to on TikTok, on Twitter. So he put it on Twitter, and all Walsall fans saw it. And then we played Barnsley at the start. No, sorry, we played Harrogate at Doncaster at the start of the season because Harrogate just came up then.
Yeah.
It didn't have a pitch. And Chris Kamar was doing the commentary.
Really? So
we were on the pitch walking around as you do at the start of the game. And Darryl seen him, and he shouted me over. And he's like, Cammy, is this your son? And then Chris Kamar was like, who's your mum? And I was like, hey, I don't know you that well. Yeah, that's
Is the video still online?
It is still on TikTok, yeah.
I'll have to look out for that one.
It's alright, I've done alright. And it's not blown up. Like, it still get people.
You might do after this, get it back out.
Yeah. Might have to do another one, and if he blows up, I'll do some more. So if you blow it up, I'll do some more TikToks. But that was the thing when it in COVID. I've got some I hid, which people haven't seen yet, which I've seen.
You're saving them for a rainy day.
Send it to my mates. We used to have like TikTok offs. So maybe if I get a bit of a following on it, some of them might.
TikTok's amazing now, especially for like selling and marketing stuff.
Yeah.
It's just building a personal brand.
Just knowing what to do with it. I'm not a cameraman. I'm not.
You know, cameraman.
No, I'm like, I'll come on the camera, but I'm not
a performer.
Yeah. I don't see myself as an influencer.
You never know.
Well, you never know. I never know. Might try it, and then
times are changing. I mean, some multimillionaires now. The hot tour girl. Do you know about that one?
No.
What a random weird thing to say. Now she's a millionaire. She's on everywhere.
But she was like being interviewed by somebody who did the TikTok, so she's like she done it to.
Yeah, I've watched what she said. She was just pissed up with her mates. She rocked up, just said that, and then she's blew up, and then everyone wants her on everything, and she's getting paid ridiculous.
Yeah, it's mad. Isn't it?
It's a great time to be alive.
Yeah.
So Josh Gordon, thank you very much. Thanks for sharing us with your time, and hopefully let's not leave it too long until the next time we meet up again.
No, we'll do this again, Ed.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble.